Hey, what's up, everybody? Just heading back from Beaver Lake right now. Johnny and I just got done doing a challenge match, deep versus shallow on Beaver, for the Fish the Moment YouTube channel. So it's going to be up probably in a week or two. I'll keep you updated when you can see it, and you guys can check it out. I think it's going to be pretty neat. The conditions were pretty tough fishing-wise today and weather-wise. Bluebird skies, no wind, clear water in Beaver Lake, and check it out though. I think you'll learn something from the challenge. But hey, today's video is one I've been wanting to do a while, sort of something that's been on my mind for a long time, and that is it okay to make excuses in fishing? And first of all, I'm here to tell you, yes, it is okay to make excuses in fishing, but I'll preface that saying it depends on the quality of the excuse. I hear guys talk about all the time, when somebody's like talking about something, it's usually something bad that's happened on the water during the day's fishing, and somebody will be talking about it, what happened, and there's always some dude that says, you're just whining and complaining and making excuses. And what they do is they sort of delegitimize an angler's feelings when they do that, and it's almost sort of a way of verbal bullying a little bit, in my opinion, because in my opinion, excuses are valid if they're a good excuse. Because say, for example, you got a 20-pound bag in the boat and you're running back to the weigh-in, and you spin a blade off your prop, or your lower unit freezes up, something completely out of your control, and you get back to the weigh-in, and of course, you're just, completely beside yourself because you had to throw 20 pounds of fish back for something that was not your fault at all. It is completely fine to complain and moan and whine. Get it out. That's one of the best ways you can release it, so it doesn't stay with you. Get it out, gripe about it, complain about it, you talk to people around you about it, and by doing that, it helps you release, that experience where you can move forward out of it. And there's a lot of different excuses that I like hearing about them, because what happens is that every time somebody has an excuse, there's a story behind it. There's a story behind it that can be entertaining, it can be educational for the person that experienced it or for other people. And I don't have any problem hearing when people give excuses, because, I can empathize with that, because I've had, more than my share of bad breaks in the sport, I can tell you right now. And I could tell I could tell you hard luck stories all day long. So I can sort of relate to that when somebody does that. So, I lend a sympathetic ear when somebody has that. But again, prefacing that, for me, complaining or moaning or making an excuse, it has a lot to do with what the excuse is. If you've done something that is completely within your control, that was, just whether it be, just you didn't do something because it wasn't convenient, or the timing wasn't right, or, you forgot about something like that. Things like that are not good excuses. Like if you overslept or something, or late to the takeoff, or if you say you jumped a fish off and you look at the hooks that you had on, and you had one of your barbs was bent out, or a couple of the points are dull. Stuff like that are excuses that are completely within your control, that just need to be, you don't really need to complain about them like that. But man, if you're in a situation where, you've had equipment problems that were out of control, or say that you're leading the tournament, and this has happened to me several times, you're leading the tournament and you get to the place that you've been fishing all week that you haven't seen anybody, and there's somebody sitting right on top where you're leading the tournament that won't leave. Things like that are legitimate excuses in this particular sport that really, they need to have a place to air out, as far as, just talking about it with other anglers, without other anglers trying to demean that person for, sharing a story about, some unfortunate luck that they had. So, anyway, I guess there's a lot of classifications what you would consider as a good excuse or not a good excuse. But I'm here to say, I mean, my point on this whole thing is I don't really, care for those people that get all high and mighty and basically say, I don't want to hear any excuses. There's no excuses. Just suck it up and move on. That is no way to be empathetic to your fellow anglers. I mean, fishing is a frustrating, tough sport at times. Don't fall in the trap, on the other hand, and just whine and complain about everything all the time and make excuses all the time. But when you have a legitimate excuse that has really caused you some pain and hardship, feel free to get it out. Just talk to some anglers that have some type of empathy that that can get behind you and share that and bounce ideas off and share stories of things that have happened with them, and what it turns out to be is a lot of times it's just a tremendous learning experience that allows you to not make those mistakes again. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on it. Under the right circumstances, it's okay to make excuses and complain. Don't feel bad to do it. Because everybody out there's got situations that are frustrating and hard to take in this sport. So anyway, that's my take on the whole thing. Hope you guys are doing good. Getting ready to head out. I'm leaving out this weekend for Neely Henry down there. Got our Bridgeford Pro Team meeting at Table Rock Lake for a couple days, Thursday and Friday. Got a busy couple weeks coming out. 2 back-to-back tournaments, Bass Opens, just a lot going on, and really got a lot riding on these next 2 tournaments. These next 2 tournaments for me are going to really make or break the Elite Series qualification for me. So I need to come out of these with 2 really good finishes and position myself good for the last 2 events at Lake Louisville and Lay Lake. But anyway, thanks again, everybody. Really appreciate you subscribing to my channel and following it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. I invite you to. And also, Johnny and I have a podcast tonight on fall fishing on dirty lakes. Tune in at 7 o'clock on the Fish the Moment podcast, and much appreciated. See y'all later.